Okay.
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 Okay. Okay.
Okay. You gonna do an intro there, buddy, or?
No, we don't need one.
I think we do. This is the first one.
Alien came out. Okay.
Who are you?
I'm Matthew Ryan.
And I'm Bria Cando.
This is Pretty Pictures. It's a podcast about movies. Maybe
For movies.
for movies, by movies. That's it, I guess. Maybe some other stuff too.
Maybe? Shows?
We'll see. Yeah.
Consumable media.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Videos. Pictures. Pretty
We'll
pictures.
review pictures. Like, I don't know, a good cat one, you know?
Internet memes. Like that.
Okay. Well, none of that today. Because today we're talking about I was going to say probably, but definitely my favorite movie, Alien from 1979. Do you agree?
I agree it's your favorite movie, that's for sure, and it is from 1979.
Good. I'm glad
I think, because that's what you told me yesterday.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
Okay, got that settled.
It's a good movie. I like it.
It's fine, it's all right.
It's good.
It's good.
It's very good.
I agree with that. So, I guess we'll just hop right into some facts.
Mm-hmm.
Alien was directed by Ridley Scott. You may know him. He directed Blade Runner.
Blade Runner? Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Gladiator.
I've seen that.
Have you seen Gladiator?
I have not.
No, I haven't either, actually. I don't know.
People probably have.
Most people probably have. Of course, he also directed... He didn't direct any of the other Alien movies up until 2012, when he came back and did Prometheus.
Ooh.
And then he also did Alien Covenant.
That one was good.
Yeah. I haven't watched it since we saw it in the theaters, but,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Prometheus was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Alien. The screenplay was done by Dan O'Bannon, who co-wrote and starred in Dark Star, which is one of, if not the first film directed by John Carpenter, who I also love.
I haven't seen that either. I know who John Carpenter is, though.
You have seen it. We've watched it.
Oh, damn. Did we watch it?
Yeah, it's the one with the it's like Alien, except instead of a scary monster, it's a beach ball that kills everybody.
Ooh, yeah, I remember that
You
one.
know that one now.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah. That was fun.
He also did some of the special effects for Star Wars.
Which ones?
Dan O'Bannon. The original one. I think
No, which effects?
Excuse me?
Which effects did he do?
The special ones?
All of them? Some of them?
I don't... Why are you blowing up my spot? Jesus, buddy. The story was also done by O'Bannon with help from Ronald Shusett, who wrote King Kong Lives. You've seen that one. We've seen that one.
Yes.
He did that and Total Recall, which is a good movie.
Haven't seen that.
You should. It's really good.
I've been told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was, Paul Verhoeven. He directed RoboCop.
Haven't seen that.
Oh my god. Anyway, the
I don't
music.
see movies. I do see movies, but I'm just bad at them. Bad at seeing movies.
I don't know how. I do it all the time.
I work.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
I go to school.
Mm.
I'm busy.
Okay, this podcast is canceled.
No, don't think so.
Okay. In that case, the music for Alien was done by Jerry Goldsmith, who I know for sure you've seen these. He did the music for Planet of the Apes and the first 3 Rambo movies.
Oh.
So now on to the cast. The movie stars Tom Skerritt, who was in the film version of MASH, not the show, the film. Don't ask me who he plays, please.
Tom Skerritt.
Tom Skerritt. He was in the film. I know that's not your Roadhouse. Do you like the show? Do you need me to look up who he played?
No.
I'm going to do it, because I know you want me to. It's gonna end up that he's not even a character in the show anyway.
I thought you said he was in the show.
No, he's not in the show.
Oh,
I
thought
said
you
he's
said
in the movie.
Oh, I thought you said
I
he was
said like
in the
3 times
show.
he's in the movie, not the show.
Sorry. My bad.
Anyway, so while I look this up, he's also in Top Gun. Don't know how much. I know I haven't either. Isn't that a surprise?
Whoa.
Yeah, I own it though.
You're fired from movies.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tom Skerritt, he plays Captain Dallas, the captain of the Nostromo, which will all make sense once we start the synopsis.
What's a Nostromo?
Well, little lady, you'll find out soon enough.
Really?
Yeah. Also, among the cast, of course, Sigourney Weaver, who we all know. We've seen her in Ghostbusters. She's in Avatar. She's in Cabin in the Woods. So much. So many good movies.
Finding Dory.
She's Finding Dory. I guess. I don't
She's Finding Dory.
What?
No. She's the voiceover. She plays Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, right.
Hi,
She's like a
I'm
voiceover
Sigourney Weaver.
in like the aquarium or whatever.
And Dory keeps trying to ask Sigourney for help.
She plays Warrant Officer Ellen Ripley. I don't think we get her first name in the movie. This one, at least. So she's definitely called Ellen in the sequel, which we may or may not talk about at some point.
I always really liked how Ripley was the main character of the Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah,
Ripley.
this is true. Although I kept writing her name as Ribley, so maybe that's a third one. That's the
Ripley.
hidden character of Alien.
Whoa.
That's the alien's name.
Oh.
We also have Veronica Cartwright, who I haven't seen her in a lot of stuff. She's in the 70s remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland. And she's also, we've seen her in several episodes of The X-Files. I don't remember her character's name.
Okay, good.
I think she's in a wheelchair. Because she's older by that point. Not older than she needs to be in a wheelchair, but she's... You know what I mean.
All old people should be in wheelchairs. You heard it here first, folks.
That's what I think. She plays the navigator of the ship, Lambert. Of course, we have Harry Dean Stanton. He plays the engineering technician, Brett. We've seen him he's in a lot of David Lynch projects. He's in Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me. He's in the 2017 season of Twin Peaks. He's also in Wild at Heart, but he's also in Paris, Texas, and several other films that I haven't seen, even though I claim to
Some
like them.
Foley work there for you. Foley work there for you.
Follies. John Hurt, again, another very, very good actor who I like a lot. And again, he's also in a David Lynch film. He's in The Elephant Man.
You may also know him as the dragon from Merlin.
Really?
Yeah, he voices the dragon in Merlin.
Huh. I didn't know that. I never watched Merlin, so...
I've watched maybe a handful of episodes, but...
Is the dragon important?
Fairly.
Oh, weird. Is he a good guy?
I think so. Yeah, what little I've watched of Merlin, I think the dragon's a good guy. He, helps Merlin.
Well, that's
tells
good.
him what to do.
That's
not
good
in a
for him.
bossy way, just like a
he's
helpful
not a dick
chap.
about it.
Helpful chap kind of way.
And of course, as you brought up, when you think of John Hurt, you only think of him as an old man. He played Ollivander in the Harry Potter films.
Hmm.
He did that.
He did that.
He did it. He plays, in this film, however, he plays Executive Officer Kane, who is not so lucky. None of them are really lucky, except for one or two. We also have Ian Holm as Science Officer Ash. He has been in such films as Brazil, and he plays a little dude you may have heard of called Bilbo Baggins. You're looking at me wide-eyed, mouth agape. You didn't know that?
What?
You didn't know he was Bilbo?
He plays Bilbo?
Yeah, dude.
What?
Old Bilbo, obviously. I can't believe you didn't know that. You didn't see that? We watched those movies very recently.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness.
I need to... Oh man.
Gotta take a breather? Okay, I'll continue. We have Yaphet Kotto playing Parker, the chief engineer. He's as I learned, the main villain in the James Bond film Live and Let Die. And he's also in Midnight Run. He plays, I think, an FBI dude who's after Robert De Niro.
Dude.
Yeah, he's a dude. We have Bolajai Badejo. I'm very sorry. It's a Nigerian name. I'm assuming he's from Nigeria.
Should you have looked this up beforehand?
I mean, I looked him up. It didn't say how to pronounce his name on Wikipedia. I guess I could have tried to figure it out. I don't know, dude. It's all right. Sure, he doesn't care. He doesn't because he died of sickle cell anemia at age 39 in Nigeria. And this was, in fact, the only film he's ever done. He wasn't a stuntman. He didn't do anything else. He just played the alien. And he was only the alien because I remember in like one of the 10,000 documentaries or behind the scenes or commentary tracks I've heard about this film that he was like a student somewhere or somebody saw him and they're like, he's tall and skinny, so let's put him in this freaky monster suit.
He has kind of a scary build.
I mean, I guess. But also in the alien suit at one point or another is Eddie Powell and Roy Scamell. They were stuntmen, and so I would assume they did the more dangerous.
All those wet alien stunts.
Yeah, he's a very wet alien. And somebody who I probably also should have looked a little bit deeper into, Helen Norton as the voice of Mother, the ship's computer.
Oh.
Yeah. No fun facts about her. Sorry, folks.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just pictured in my mind's eye,
Mm-hmm.
and I do see Bilbo now.
Oh, you do?
I do. Okay.
That's good. Okay. Great.
I just was like, oh my god.
Okay.
I got it. We're good.
All right, we're good, folks. So now on to the film itself. So now, I've owned this movie for many years on DVD through the quadrilogy box set, and I watched it I don't know how many times. And then I got the 35th anniversary edition Blu-ray. This is the first time, last night when we watched it, was the first time I watched it on Blu-ray. My favorite movie.
Oh, really?
Never watched it in HD until last night.
I thought we watched it.
No, we watched it on DVD before I got the Blu-ray. Yeah. A brief synopsis of the film. Just
Space truckers.
Yeah, they do
Get
that.
up to some wacky shenanigans.
All right, but something that's actually substantial. I'm sorry, that's a very astute synopsis, but you know, I'm just gonna say what I think,
Okay.
and we can decide which one of us has the better one.
Okay.
Okay. So what I was going to say is that the crew of the Nostromo respond to a distress signal, and then everything goes to hell in a handbasket. That's what I have written here.
I mean,
Just as a very, very brief synopsis of this.
yeah. Space truckers get an SOS distress signal, and then shit gets real.
That's a different one from the first one you said, though.
I know. I forgot what I said the first time. I forgot what I said. Do you remember?
No.
Okay.
So we have a very, very great title sequence. I love the title sequence of this film.
I love the title sequence. It's...
What?
Why are you laughing at me?
I don't know. It's just funny the way you said it.
Oh, I just said it like that because I also had it written down that I love the title sequence.
It's very good. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, I just love the way that the name comes out in little pieces.
Yeah, it's like
a little puzzle.
It's suspenseful somehow. Yeah. Where you're like, you know what it's gonna spell, but it's like, is that gonna spell it right? They gotta remember I before E.
Are they gonna remember?
Are they?
Who knows?
My third note here is just that I love this movie. Which, yeah, I think that bears repeating. Also that the Nostromo, the ship, the towing vessel Nostromo, has a very weird design. It's like towers, and it's all bumpy on the underside of it. So we open up the film, we see the spaceship, the Nostromo. It comes into view. We go inside. We're going through all the little corridors and seeing all the weird, crazy 1970s future technology.
Old sci-fi.
It's so good. We have CRT monitors with just green text on a black screen. We got big chunky spacesuits. We got a weird little drinky birds thing.
Those little drinky birds.
Yeah, dude.
I noticed those too.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
They're important science tools.
Yeah,
Drinky birds.
they measure something probably.
Water.
They measure the water.
Hmm.
So that's very important.
Yeah.
The set design of the whole it's amazing. It's great. I love it so much.
It's good design.
Computers have like a chunky sound to it. It's just all of it.
Oh, it's those chunky old keyboards.
Very chunky sounding computers. Very chunky noises.
Chunk.
Ka-chunk. So now you have all this weird, I mean, of course, at the time it was probably very futuristic seeming, and you have all this technology that you don't understand what it is. Sounds are all strange, and it kind of sets a pretty spooky, kind of foreboding kind of mood to the whole thing.
The sound design in this movie is so good.
The sound design and the production design, the sets.
All of it's good.
It's the
so
best
good.
part of it.
But like the sound, like the alarms going off, and just like that, like ominous
like
tones.
It's
that are just.
The music
constant.
is really good, but honestly, it's like the atmospheric sounds that are so spooky, and I love them so much.
And that chunky keyboard.
The chunky keyboard. As we go through the spaceship, we see these weird little pods. Lights turn on, and there's people in them. Cryopods. Little beds, little sleepy beds. And
it's nap time on the Nostromo.
Not anymore, though, because they're getting woken up. But something I noticed, though, is that Ash, the science officer, science man, who something's going on with him, maybe. He's sleeping so stiff. He's, like, completely straight. His arms are at his side, like...
I didn't notice.
Oh, yeah, I noticed it, like, immediately. I don't think I noticed it before, though, because I was really, like, looking for stuff this time around. And he's sleeping so stiff, so straight.
Oh.
It's really unnatural and kind of creepy a little.
Maybe even a little robotic.
Oh my god, what? What's that supposed to insinuate? And also, something else that might be a little foreshadowing is that Kane, Mr. John Hurt, is the first person to wake up, which you pointed out. You asked me earlier, or early in the movie, you said, did he wake up first? And he did. So that might mean something later on. Who knows?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Kane.
Yes.
He wakes up he's the first one to get out of the pod.
That wasn't what I was getting at when I asked if he was the one that woke up.
Oh, what were you getting at?
I wanted to know if it was John Hurt.
Oh, okay. Sure. Whatever.
I'm not as smart as you think I am, man.
I mean, it's not, I don't know. I don't think it's really a smart thing. So now, anyway, everybody's up. They're all eating breakfast. They're all bonding. Parker and Brett have a really weird handshake that I don't know if they screw it up just because they're sleepy or because Brett's just, I don't know, maybe Brett's just really, really white and he can't do cool handshakes.
That's possible.
Yeah, very much so. So they're all bonding. They think that their job is over. They're supposed to be woken up by the ship's computer when they get, I don't know, within a certain distance to Earth. But it turns out that they're not close to Earth.
They were wrong.
They were wrong.
Something happened.
What could have happened? Well, the ship's computer mother, she woke everybody up because she heard a distress signal. That's why all the computers and everything at the beginning of the film, everything was waking up and turning on.
Freaking out.
That's why the crew were woken up so far away from Earth. What could that mean?
What could it be?
It was at this point that I realized that the film came out 2 years after Star Wars. And that's crazy. Star Wars came out in 1977. This came out in 1979.
Math, yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, I maybe it's just because I like looking at the effects. Well, not the effects. I guess the design. I don't know how much Dan O'Bannon put into that because he did the screenplay and all that. So I don't know how much he did the effects. Or if at all, but maybe he had some influence, or just Star Wars in general had an influence, because I find that even though it looks dirtier and darker...
But they're space truckers.
And more realistic. It was a more realistic sci-fi movie. It still looked like Star Wars a little. It had a Star Wars vibe to it, just in terms of like you compare the Nostromo to like a Star Destroyer or something.
That's true.
Yeah, or like even
It
in the
could just
trench.
be a general 70s sci-fi
That's true.
aesthetic.
I don't know, but to me, there's a bit too many coincidences.
Maybe.
For that.
Maybe.
Maybe. A little detail. After they're all woken up and everybody realizes, Parker goes into the dining area after screwing with some stuff down in the basement, I guess. He sees that Ash is sitting in his seat, and he asks him to get up, and he does. But before Parker sits down in his seat, he has to like wipe it off first, I guess. Nobody on this ship seems to like each other.
I never noticed that.
Everybody on the ship seems to hate each other.
Like Ripley and the captain,
Dallas.
they seem to be pretty friendly.
There actually was not a deleted scene, but it was scripted that they were supposed to have like a romantic. I don't know if it was really romantic. They were supposed to have a sex scene.
Fun.
Yeah, I don't really need that in this one.
Okay. What about Parker and John Hurt?
Kane?
They're pretty friendly. Do they have a sex scene too?
No, I don't believe they do.
Equality. Or inequality, I suppose, in this case.
Okay. How? How's that?
They didn't get a sex scene, but Parker and Ripley did, but didn't because it got cut. But
Want to cut this too?
want, I guess.
No, I'm just joking.
So rude to me.
But yeah, nobody likes Ash.
He's a fucker. Hot take.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I don't know if we should leave that in. Don't want to see what kind of controversy that stirs up. Parker and Brett are really rude to Ripley when she comes down to see their progress. Let's skip it ahead a little. Anyway, everybody on the ship is a jerk to each other. So now Dallas goes, talks to Mother, the ship's computer, in this little weird pod room with all the lights everywhere. Very strange, very 70s.
Yes.
He talks to her, figures out that they have a distress signal. It's coming from a nearby planetoid, LV-426. Not mentioned in the movie, but, you know, I just know these things. They mention it in the sequel.
Okay.
It's not a nerd thing.
I was just trying to figure out if it, like, spelled something.
No. I mean, I don't know. It could have some kind of reference. I don't know that much.
I don't know.
Anyway, they go down there. They're gonna go check it out, and like immediately as they're landing, something screws up.
Of course.
That strands them there. You know something's
gonna happen.
even if something else doesn't go wrong, which it's the alien. There's got to be an alien at some point. Even so, they're still stranded on this planet until they get whatever needs to be fixed. So that automatically adds some kind of stress, some kind of obstacle.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I kind of forgot that they got stranded on the island, on
Yeah,
the
on the
planet,
island.
the
Gilligan's
space island.
Yeah. If you think about it, that's kind of what planets are.
Planets are just space islands, folks. Yeah, it adds another layer of like, even if we do beat this alien, we're still stuck here.
Yeah.
There could be more aliens.
This is true. I mean, there is.
Spoilers.
So something I noticed too is that the planet is angry.
What?
You know what I mean? It's an angry planet. It's dark. It's spooky. It's probably cold. It is cold. Ash says it's cold. They need the suits to go out there. The atmosphere is like,
0.
so toxic. It's
The
like
atmosphere is -10.
okay. It's also made of methane. It's got methane in the
Farts.
atmosphere. Yeah, it's a fart planet.
Welcome to the fart planet, boys and girls.
And it just sounds angry. It's really windy.
It's full of farts, that's why.
Oh my god. So now they make a decision that the source of the distress signal is very close, within walking distance. So
Let's go find them.
let's go check it out. So Kane, Dallas, and Lambert decide to go check it out. Ash is going to be monitoring them, which, if you've seen the movie before, you know that that's probably been his plan all along.
That's so good.
He wants you got to make sure of something. And something else I noticed, Ash has a little like freak out. He's like starts like jogging in place for a second.
Does he?
Yeah, he like right before or as they're leaving, Dallas and the others, they're leaving. Ash is doing something. He's going somewhere, and he like gets up and just starts jogging in place for like less than a second. I don't know if that's some kind of like
He's psyching himself up.
he's or like some kind of maintenance, some kind of
I
system
have,
check.
I have no idea.
Spoilers.
I actually do kind of remember seeing him do that,
Yeah.
but I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I was just like, that's the guy doing the thing.
I mean, it could be nothing, but I don't know. I just knowing what happens. I don't know why we're saying this like nobody's seen this damn movie. Came out 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. This is the first movie ever made.
The first movie ever made. It was made in the year 400.
It was made with a
A
rock,
rock and a stick.
and a stick. That's how they made it.
Yeah.
Also, their spacesuits are so chunky, so
Oh.
old, so big. And they
Looks
got
like
little vaporizers. Or is it? No,
There's-
humidifiers. I said that last night. I said the wrong
Yes.
thing. They got like
their
little humidifiers coming out of that head.
their spacesuits look like they are made out of a sleeping bag that somebody just like cut arms and legs into.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Could be. This is not a super high budget film. I think the budget was between 9 and 11 million, which for
For a sci-fi movie
for
or for
for like a 70s sci-fi. I don't know if this was meant to be like a summer hit, summer blockbuster, but that's not. I mean, I don't know. Nowadays you think of like Avengers movies, they got like $200 million budgets,
yeah,
so not a huge budget.
not I was going to say not great. It's a fine budget.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not a big budget.
yeah, it's not. But I mean, look what they did with it.
It's true.
Some good stuff in there.
There's some good stuff.
Hmm.
I love in especially old sci-fi when like you can see normal everyday things
Yeah,
in the set.
like that weird scooper toy from Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that like gym toy with the
Yeah.
squash ball or whatever.
That's what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I mean.
Exactly. Really?
Well, not that
Okay.
particular
Just making
one,
sure we're on
but
the
that's
same.
the exact like
No, yeah.
type of thing I'm talking about. Like
Mm.
it's like a fucking
Wiffle ball thing.
wiffle ball.
Yeah.
No, not a wiffle ball.
Well,
Whatever they're called.
I don't
And
know.
there's like a
Scoop.
field
Lacrosse?
hockey lacrosse thing,
Yeah.
and it's just painted silver. And this is a space tool. I love it.
And so it's at this point that Ripley goes down to see Parker and Brett to see what they're doing, how they're getting along with the repairs on the ship. She's very no nonsense. This is amplified in Aliens and especially in Resurrection.
She's here to get shit done.
Yeah, she's not taking any guff from these rude dudes.
No.
They're being awful rude to her. Parker has he's got some steam coming out of the pipes on purpose so they can't hear each other, just to get her out of her hair.
Oh, did Parker do that?
Yeah.
I thought Ripley did that.
No, Parker did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought Parker found out after and was like, "What? Fucking steam." But
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he was doing that.
oh,
Because as soon as Ripley left, he turned it off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought he noticed after Ripley left and turned it off.
And he noticed something. He goes, "Oh shit!" And then Brett says, "What?" And then the steam comes back on. So I don't know if he broke something doing that,
I don't know.
showing off, being a jerk. He broke the ship even more.
Probably.
I mean, probably. At this point, I also wrote a note that just says Jonesy baby.
Yeah.
So this is, I guess, the first time you see Jonesy the cat, Jones the space cat.
My first note about Jonesy says Jonesy Baby is a Halo star / Warcraft. I think you told me that he's in.
Oh, there's references.
He's the references in Halo and Warcraft to
Yeah,
Jonesy.
there's.
And then under that I have 9 Lives on the Nostromo, October 2018.
Mark your calendars, folks. There's a Jonesy-centric graphic novel coming out.
On the horizon.
It's coming soon. Yeah, I looked that up. It looks pretty cute. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be...
An actual, like...
No, I mean...
Well, I guess it is an actual graphic novel, but
Yeah,
like
a more serious...
story.
Well,
and
no,
not
I still
just-
kind of expected it to be from his perspective. I don't even know if I expect... Because this seems like it's just little adventures.
Just
there's
Jonesy hanging out.
There's no text, there's no speech as far as I could tell from the thumbnails or whatever.
He's a real Garfield.
Well, Garfield talks.
Garfield thinks, and John can somehow hear him.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I mean, there's still like speech bubbles. Or, well, thought
They're
bubbles.
thought
Sorry,
bubbles.
thought bubbles.
Garfield never speaks. He only thinks.
I know this.
And John can read his
Don't
mind.
come to me with Garfield. I know
I
Garfield.
am going to continue to get that Garfield ad on my phone for the next year because of how much we've talked about Garfield in the last
I don't
2
know
weeks.
why he keeps
I
coming
don't
up.
know why.
That man is ever present in our lives. But yeah, the first we see of Jonesy the cat, which I had come to learn that, spoilers, Jonesy is one of the survivors of this movie. He's not the same cat in the sequel.
What the fuck?
There's a different man, different boy plays this guy,
This guy.
which also couldn't find anything about him. Don't know who plays that cat.
He wasn't credited.
He wasn't credited.
Because-
He's not on the official, probably not official Alien Wiki.
If you had asked me before yesterday if Jonesy is credited in the end credits of that movie, I would have said yes because I
Yeah.
could have sworn that he was credited.
No, he is not. We watched the whole credits, folks. He's not there. So now we have Dallas, Lambert, and Kane approaching the source of the distress signal, which is a very striking, strange, alien, lowercase a, looking ship, I guess you could call it that, which was designed by, of course, H.R. Giger. He designed all the alien creatures, and he did work on other things.
What?
Yeah, he did. He did the art for a video game called Darkseid, which I've seen played. It doesn't look very good. The art's cool.
The art. Well, that's what we're talking about here.
This is true. He also did the alien design for a film called Species. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
It sounds familiar.
It's about an alien who fucks.
Oh, baby.
He was supposed to do the design for Dune, but not the David Lynch Dune. This was the Dune that was to be directed by Alejandro Jodorowsky, who also had Dan O'Bannon on to do the special effects because of his work on Star Wars. Actually, now that's wrong. He
Liar.
wanted the guys who did the effects for 2001: A Space Odyssey, but couldn't get them, or they didn't want to, or something. It's been a while since I watched the documentary. But he got Dan O'Bannon signed on to do the effects. So that's a little connection. H.R. Giger and Dan O'Bannon would have worked on another movie before Alien if Jodorowsky's Dune had happened, but it didn't. So that sucks. And so, of course, as is with Giger's artwork, I don't know if you've noticed, but the design, the entrance to the weird derelict spaceship, the crash ship that they went into to find the source of the signal.
Yes.
I don't know if you'd noticed, but the doors were very vagina-esque, if you want to call it that. I don't know if you really noticed that. And I guarantee you, my friends, if you do not know Giger, that is not me looking into it. It's definitely on purpose. Go look up this guy's artwork.
I did not notice.
Not at work.
Good to know.
So they walk into this weird ship.
Vagina cave.
They come across this fossilized creature.
I didn't remember that fossilized creature from the movie first when I watched it,
Yeah.
but it reminded me a lot, or I guess in Prometheus reminded me a lot of Alien when they find the alien in the seat
Yeah.
in the thing.
That's what it is.
Is it the same?
It's not the same one, no.
Yeah.
We'll never know. Like, I don't know if that... Obviously, Prometheus didn't set out to explain. It seems like it should have, but it didn't explain
No.
how that creature got there. And we probably won't get that in a movie.
Probably not. Yeah, but
But yeah, no, it's the same. It's the... I can't remember what they call them. What do they call them in that one?
I don't remember.
The engineers. They call them the engineers.
Oh, okay. Yes. I guess I kind of like remembered it backwards because I had forgotten that part was in Alien.
Yeah.
But then when I watched Alien again, remembered seeing it in Prometheus
Yeah.
as a reference to Alien. It's
Yeah.
all backwards.
It's
but
all jumbled. Well, that's because you had actually seen Prometheus before you saw any of the Alien movies when it came out
I
in
did.
theaters.
I saw Prometheus first.
Yeah.
And at the time, didn't even realize that it was an Alien movie.
Mm.
So I went and saw it, and I was like halfway through, and I was like, oh, wait a second.
Oh, this is Alien, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's because
It was weirdly marketed.
it was marketed, and I think even Ridley Scott himself was like, this is not an Alien prequel. It's just in the universe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, I mean, it doesn't take place directly before. It takes place, like, I don't know, like a good amount of years before Alien, so it's not a direct prequel.
No.
Plus, Covenant takes place even more between them, and there's supposed to be more, but I doubt that'll happen. But, yeah, I have points that in Alien, it's so creepy and mysterious and interesting. It has all these possibilities. It could be all this stuff. And then in Prometheus, it's just like, yeah, they're weird blue people.
Them things.
Especially because its face, which Prometheus made
Oh.
into like a weird mask. If they were weird elephant dudes, that would have been so much cooler. But no, they're just weird people.
Are you talking about those weird Uncanny Valley, like,
Well, yeah, that's what they look like in Prometheus. They
people
have
at the beginning?
yeah,
They remind me of the aliens from, or not the aliens, the robots from iRobot. Just like that smooth,
I guess so.
very, like,
Well,
minimal featured face.
Yeah, I guess I can see it. Yeah, both not great designs wise. I haven't seen iRobot. I don't really plan to.
iRobot's fine.
Is it a Will Smith movie or is Will Smith just in it? You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
No, it's not like, is he like crazy fun Will Smith or is it just he's there?
It's like Hancock.
I don't remember that. Not a good point of reference for me. Sorry.
Wait, is Hancock one where he's a superhero?
Yeah.
That's not the one I meant. What's the one where it's a zombie apocalypse?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. It's like that.
I haven't seen that one either. Anyway, enough about that then. That's getting nowhere. Okay, so there's obviously a foreshadowing with the space jockey's chest burst open. That's, it's not subtle, but it's there.
I think on first watch,
Yeah, no, you're not going to know what that is. But it's like,
unless your first watch is like,
now.
yeah, or like, when did I watch them first? Like 6 years ago?
I don't even know if it was that long ago.
5 years ago?
Maybe. I don't even know. That sounds
Yeah.
long.
Like, I figured it out, but I knew what Alien was about.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah. So, eventually, Ash and Ripley are discussing how they figured out that this signal is not an SOS, it is in fact a warning. But Ash says it's too late to bring them back because they're already there. And by the time they figure out it's a warning, they'll know it's a warning, I guess.
By the time Ripley would get out there to tell them that it's a warning,
Right.
they will have figured out already that it's a warning, so there's
Right,
no sense
because
in
they
Ripley
lost the signal. He
no
couldn't
sense in Ripley
communicate.
going out.
Yeah, so that's awful convenient for Ash. And there's also the point that Ash tells everybody, mostly tells Parker and Brett, that it's in their contract to investigate distress signals, and if they don't, it's a forfeiture of all their payment, because Parker and Brett are always on about how they don't get paid as much as everybody else.
Gotta get that cash.
Gotta get that bread. Get that paper. So Ash is just manipulating everybody. He just wants that egg. He wants that alien.
Wants that egg.
Gotta catch that alien.
Catch that kid. Wants that egg.
So they're in the ship. Kane climbs up a thing, goes into some weird mist that I know you like.
I love that mist. It's a smoke machine, and then a grid of lasers, and they shine it like at the level they want the
thing.
The thing. So like waist height.
Yeah.
Or like I think it was maybe like knee height on him. And then it makes it like looks like you're walking through water. It's mist, and you like can't see anything underneath it.
Yeah. I would guess it's some kind of protective layer for the eggs.
I guess. I don't know. I kind of just thought it was weird light. They're weird lights and then like just smoke.
Yeah.
You see it used in haunted houses a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were an aficionado of those.
Yeah, I was in a haunted house and they had that and it was like green lasers. And there was the smoke, the fog was so thick that they had like people hiding underneath the laser.
Really?
So then they would like jump out at you. And they were just like standing right in front of you. And you couldn't see them when they were below the laser.
So Kane finds eggs and he looks at it. He sees something moving in there.
He's like a kid on Easter.
And he sticks his face right in there.
Like a freak.
And gets attacked by a weird thing.
Hand monster.
And so Dallas and Lambert bring Kane back to the ship, trying to get in. Ripley won't let them in because she's smart.
It's against the rules.
Well, yeah, they have to put Kane in quarantine. He's got a weird alien on him.
He's got a weird fucking bug on his face.
So then Ash just opens the door anyway, lets them all in, and dooms them all.
Asshole. Do you know what they use? Like, they have puppets for the aliens. Do they have, like, animatronics and stuff? The aliens?
For sure, the mouths and the tongue of the adult.
I love puppets.
I know.
And
You do.
animatronics. I love animatronics.
I do too. I think you love them a lot more than I do, just in terms of your sheer You just love them so much.
I have a real love for animatronics and carnival type horror
Like shitty
things.
animatronics.
Shitty animatronics and just like Disney World animatronics.
Yeah.
Horror house, haunted houses. Sound like I said horror house. It's not. I don't have a thing for horror houses.
Sure.
Pretty sure.
So they get Kane into the infirmary. He's got a weird bug on him. They don't know what to do.
Gotta get out of there.
Ash keeps talking about this alien like he's in love with it, and Ripley starts to get very suspicious. Rightly so.
Although Ash does refer to the face hugger as a tough little son of a bitch.
Yeah, but that could be an endearing thing,
I suppose.
you know? So trying to pick up some speed here. The face hugger, as they call it, very creative name. Get another one of those soon. The face hugger just decides to fall off of Kane's face.
He's done his thing.
He did the deed.
He good.
Then later on, Kane just wakes up and everything seems to be fine. So they're about to go back into the freezers, back into their little sleepy beds.
Sleep tubes. Tubes.
Tubes. They're
Tubes.
from IKEA.
I was thinking of like the yogurt tubes that they used to sell. Tubes.
So before that, they decide to have a little last supper, as it were,
As the scene is also called.
on the Blu-ray. And now, okay, the thing is one of our mutual friends that we went to school with. I remember one time, before I had even seen this, he had told me just about this scene. And until I saw the movie, this is what I thought happened during this scene. So what happens is that they're eating. Kane starts to seemingly choke on his food, gets on the table, and a little guy comes out of his chest. Little man. And so...
Is that how he told you what happened?
No, not
Okay.
really. He told me...
I thought he told you a little guy comes out of his chest.
No, he told me it's not even that interesting of a story, but it's just the way I pictured it for the longest time, is that he told me that a guy starts to choke on noodles and then an alien comes out of him. And from what I pictured was just a guy in like his apartment just eating noodles and then an alien comes out of him and then who knows what happens from there. He
That is the least exciting way to explain this movie.
I mean, it was a
This
while
scene
ago. It
from
might have
this
been
movie.
not that exact wording, but yeah, Kane is dead. The face hugger planted a little dude in him, and now it's loose. And again, Parker was going to smash it or stab it with a knife or something, and Ash stopped him.
Yeah. Ash is obviously in on the...
He's in cahoots,
In cahoots
with something,
here.
with someone. And a little fun fact: when the chestburster came out, there's the second very clever name, chestburster. When it came out of Kane, I think the cast knew that the alien was going to pop out of John Hurt's chest. They didn't know they were all going to be sprayed with blood.
I think I heard that.
So all of the reactions to that are genuine. And I don't know if you noticed. Well, you probably did. Lambert, she kind of covers her face and stuff. It cuts away because Veronica Cartwright fell over.
Oh no!
She tumbled.
She freaked out so hard.
Yeah, so their reactions are genuine to that. She screams and falls over. You don't see that part. It's good.
That's cute.
It's good stuff. I don't think she hurt herself. She's in the rest of the movie, so I'm assuming she was good.
I like when that kind of stuff happens, like when they're making a movie and they'll tell people only as much as they need to know to do the scene, and then you get like a genuine reaction because they weren't expecting blood on their face or...
Well, like, we were watching all those behind the scenes for Twin Peaks, and with the original Twin Peaks, people would only be given pages of the scripts that they were in.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't let anybody know. And they would, like, number them and shred them and whatever.
Yeah, they would number them and shred them, and David Lynch would write fake scripts.
Oh, yeah, they'd write, like, they didn't want anybody to know that one.
Yeah.
Very fun. Good stuff. So they have a space funeral for Kane. They shoot him out into space, and then they go alien hunting.
They do. I have a note here, and I don't know quite when it comes up, because I have it after the face hugger being a tough little son of a bitch, but it says Ash drinking a big glass of his own blood. And then I have Chestburster puppet, so it must be between the two scenes.
It's in that same scene.
Big glass of his own blood.
Yummy.
To which you looked at me and went, "You remembered."
Yeah, I didn't think you would remember. You forget stuff, dude.
You remembered this.
You did.
Although, we've seen a lot of androids in the Alien movies.
This is true.
So, I would remember the milk.
Okay,
blood.
so cat's out of the bag, folks. Ash is an android. You just spoiled it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're alien hunting. They're using motion trackers. They think they find something. There's a cat in a locker. It's not an alien.
Ah!
So Brett draws the short straw and has to go after the cat. And he goes to this one area of the ship with like chains and water dripping from somewhere.
It's raining
and he
in
starts
that area.
Yeah, and he starts to drink it.
He has like a music video moment where he's like,
got his flash dance
yeah,
reenactment happening there.
he drinks the weird space rain.
He drinks the ship water, which not good.
Yeah, he's on the ship, so like it's got to be coming from the ship. So it's got to be coming out of like a broken pipe or like some kind of coolant system.
If it was coolant, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Well, no, but you can use
or like
water
water
as
coolant. Yeah, I suppose.
But it just either way, you
I
shouldn't drink
it. I wouldn't do it. You know, that's like getting under your truck.
Getting a big old fucking slurp of your engine water.
And speaking of
Engine
gross,
water?
no. Speaking of gross liquids, a big wet droopy alien comes and kills the poor guy.
He does. He also, before he dies, finds a skin.
Yeah, it's like a snake skin.
From the chestburster.
Yeah.
Which shows us that this chestburster is growing and changing.
Yeah. It's very, very fast to adapt, I suppose.
It is.
To its environment.
I guess it does adapt to its environment, doesn't it? Or does it evolve?
I don't know.
I guess it's more of an evolve. Although, like, it goes really fast from...
A little baby.
From, like, being... The egg hatches a face hugger, which then lays an egg.
Yeah.
In somebody's chest. Or, like, stomach. Or whatever. So, like, I don't know, it just seems like egg, not person, but egg, creature, egg, egg, you know.
No.
Why 2 eggs?
It doesn't lay an egg, it lays the chest burster. I don't know, man, because it's cool.
Okay.
Seeing the thing come out of a guy's chest.
Fine.
I mean, it's based on a type of wasp that lays its eggs inside
Nasty.
spiders, and the baby wasps eat the spider from the inside out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called, but
I've heard about those.
That's what they based it on. Very
Gross.
nasty. It also has some themes of, like, you know, males' fear of, I guess, rape. There's some rape themes in there, and some, like, impregnation themes, and some, like, you know,
I mean, yeah, I guess.
unwanted pregnancy, I suppose, but on a guy, and also through your chest, and it kills you. You know.
Praying mantis empreg.
Why?
Because praying mantises die. Like, the female praying mantis eats the male praying mantis's head.
Spiders do that, too.
Fine, then spider empreg. What do you... The man dies.
Yeah.
But in this case, the man gets pregnant and then dies.
So not like what you're saying at all.
I guess not.
Okay.
Moving on.
So then, yeah, they figure out, or well, they find, actually it's in a deleted scene, Parker and Ripley run into that and see the alien drag Brett up into the ceiling, which is why when they're discussing it, Parker says, like, it was big, and he, like, describes the alien and what it did.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember him describing it, and I couldn't remember if they had seen it.
Yeah, it was a deleted scene.
It was a deleted scene. We watched those deleted scenes last time we watched this, right?
I think, maybe? I don't know.
I seem to remember seeing that.
Yeah. So after they discuss that the alien is very large now and also killed another person, Dallas goes to Mother and Googles how to kill an alien and gets no results.
How to kill an alien.
Basically, that's what he does. So then they decide the best plan is to make up some flamethrowers, and Dallas is going to rummage around in the ventilation system and try and flush it out, and they'll shoot it out the airlock.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Of course, it doesn't work.
Not a great plan.
Stan?
Stan.
Because he gets got.
He gets got. I noticed that when the alien gets him,
Screams at him.
he screams at him. He, like, the alien, like, spreads his fingers out like a cat stretching.
Does he?
Little, like, toes.
Sure.
He does. He's like, it's great.
That's fair.
I made a note of that.
I made a note that Sigourney Weaver is really good at yelling and acting angry.
She is.
She's really good, just like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
She has a really good stern voice.
Yeah.
She's got a real mom voice.
She's a real mom. So then it's Ripley's turn to Google something. And she figures out that it was the company, who is unnamed in this film, but the Weyland-Yutani company. It was their whole plan to wake them up with the fake distress signal, get them to the planet, get somebody impregnated, and then I don't know what they would do from there. I guess Ash would probably think of something. And yeah, they just wanted to get this alien to Earth for some reason.
I think that they probably planned that, like, the face hugger would stay face hugging, or they would be able to freeze it, cryo freeze them all with the face hugger. I don't know.
It was actually Parker's suggestion that they freeze Kane with the face when he had the face hugger on it and wait until they got to Earth. And if he would have done that, then the company would have got what they wanted, which would have been bad, but also nobody would have died, maybe?
True.
I mean,
Except for
Kane probably still
maybe
would have
Kane.
died. Although, I don't know, they could have just surgically got it out of him.
Maybe. I have to assume if they want this alien on Earth, they have a plan to remove this alien from the person it's on.
You'd think, but I don't know.
Maybe not.
So, yeah, Ripley finds all that out. And then Ash just goes crazy and attacks her. He starts bleeding some milk, and he tries to choke her. Or I've read theories that it's kind of like he rolls up a magazine and shoves it in her mouth. And I've read theories that it's because he's revealed to be an android. Big surprise. Because he doesn't have a penis. That he's trying to, like, simulate like a rape situation on her. That might be people looking way too much into the themes of the film.
I find it hard to believe that they would not give this android a dick.
You think they would do that?
I think they would.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree.
I don't know.
Everybody hates him anyway. He'd never be able to use it.
Could use it with himself.
Would they make it so that I don't want to talk about his theoretical dick.
I mean, I just saw full lifelike, that's all I'm saying.
So anyway, Parker comes and knocks Ash's head off with a fire extinguisher. And then they talk to him for a little bit. And he's got all of his organs there.
All of his guts and
They're really weird looking.
all of his guts and goblins in there are made out of catheters and IV tubing. Those little rubbery balloon-looking tubes with the little balls on them.
They're catheters.
Are catheters. The ball keeps the catheter in your bladder.
Gross.
Now you know.
Yeah, I wish I didn't. So it's at this point on that Lambert is just like in shock the rest of the movie. She's just like going along, plodding along.
She basically just becomes useless because she can't do a damn thing. The poor girl.
I know. She's so pathetic. I'm so sad. So their new plan is to just blow the ship up and escape on the life shuttle. And so that's what they go to do.
Yes. Also, the last 3 people left alive on this ship are 2 women and a black guy.
It's very true.
Who were on a very white male ship. So good for them.
Especially because I've heard this, I don't really call it or say that it is, but I've heard this being described as a slasher movie in space, which I guess you could kind of say. I mean,
they get picked off one by one in the way that a slasher movie kind of...
Yeah, it's like stalking them and all that, but I don't know, I just generally stick to the...
I would call it more of a monster movie, like a...
Yeah, slasher movies generally are human-esque people that are the murderers, but...
Your Michael Myers,
Jason's Voorhees,
Freddy's Krueger.
But, that is something for just a horror movie to do.
Yeah, especially in the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, almost 80s, I guess, but still.
That's still there. So, Ripley goes to start the self-destruct sequence, and Parker and Lambert go to get coolant for the ship or something. I don't know why. I guess they need it for something.
I thought they went to go get food.
Well, they were
getting supplies for the ship so that they could live on it.
Well, they were rolling all those coolant.
Were they? Maybe they needed coolant just in case.
Just in case.
They also needed some soup. Space soup.
Well, they were all gonna cryo sleep themselves, I guess.
Maybe they needed coolant for the cryo sleeps.
But then Ripley didn't take any when she... Anyway, that doesn't matter, because Ripley hears on the radio, I guess. She hears little Jonesy making a ruckus and goes to save him.
Doesn't he jump out at her or something?
No, not at that point. She hears him first and then goes to find him. And while Parker and Lambert are going to get the coolant, the little guy, the alien man, gets them. That alien...
He chomps them boys up. Boys and girls.
Boy and girl get
munched.
Eaten. And as Ripley's running towards where they are, she hears them die over the radio. And it's actually pretty kind of disturbing. Like the noises they're making. And like they're screaming.
There's some screaming. Some garbling.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, it is great, but it's,
Not great if it was real. That'd be very traumatizing.
That would be very upsetting, but it's good. So Ripley, now on her own with Jonesy, activates the self-destruct and tries to get the hell out of there. She's real reckless with that carrier.
Oh,
she just shoves that cat in there.
God, the cat's face when he's getting shoved into that carrier is like the most.
He's so
unamused.
Sad. He's so sad. He doesn't want to do it.
Disgruntled cat face. Can't see my face, but it's like. Oh.
It's like that.
It's like that noise.
Imagine what that noise looks like.
Yeah.
And she's just throwing him all over the place. He's banging all over the walls. Mm-hmm. I'd have to assume he's not in there.
God, I hope not.
I hope he's not.
I don't think he is, because earlier on you can actually see the cat in the carrier. And then when she's like banging it off the wall and like kicking it down the hallway, you can't see the cat in it anymore. So I have to assume that the cat's not in it.
He's probably fine.
God, I hope so. This is also the scene that is in the Great Movie Ride in Disney World, or was in the Great Movie Ride. They closed it, but the scene with her trying to get to the escape pod, hiding behind the wall, peeking around the corner, looking at the alien.
Yeah, this scene, it's got so much going on to just make it the most terrifying scene in the whole movie. Because you have Ripley and Jonesy. They're the last survivors. They're just trying so hard to get to the escape pod. You don't know where the alien is until you do. And she has the self-destruct activated, so there's a time limit. You have Mother's voice telling you that the self-destruct is activated and that there's a time limit. Mm-hmm. You have alarms going off. You have different noises. You've got the music. There's ambient noises. There's flashing lights. There's smoke.
There's a sound in this scene. I don't remember if it's part of the soundtrack or if it's part of just like the ambient noise of the ship, but it reminds me of the music in Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
That kind of like drony, almost synthy sounding parts of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good sound.
Yeah.
It's a good
spooky
music
creepy sound
thing.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it's also very claustrophobic, the whole the ship. And it's dark, and yeah, and then there's the alien. He's right there. And so she freaks out. She just drops Jonesy and runs back to try and stop the self-destruct. It's too late. She's too late.
She's too late by like a second.
Yeah, it's terrible. She's just there. So she just runs back and hopes that the alien's not there, I guess. Picks Jonesy back up and heads to the shuttle, and everything's fine, and the movie ends. And that's it. Actually, no, the alien's in there somehow.
Gotcha, bitch.
And he's blending in with the ship, which is pretty spooky because you're not expecting it, and his arm just pops out.
Yeah, she's like getting naked, getting ready for bed, taking off her necklace, chucks it across the room, because who gives a fuck? Yeah, and then the alien just kind of like...
It's her house. And he's there. Now this is the exciting climax of the film. Ripley hides in a closet, and then she slowly puts a spacesuit on. She gets out of the closet. Great, congratulations. She straps herself into a chair. She flushes the alien out using buttons that control steam for some reason. Whatever, it's a spaceship, who cares?
I thought it just like opened the doorway and he gets sucked out.
No, she tries to flush him out first, and then she waits until he's like right beside her, so she knows he'll get sucked out.
Oh, okay.
So that's what she does. She opens the door to the spaceship. The alien gets sucked out, but he's holding on. So she takes her grapple gun that she has and shoots him. And then as the door closes, the grapple gun gets caught. So it's like...
We got him. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we got him. No, we got him. Nope.
But then he's like all wiggling around out in space. I'm assuming this is one of the stuntmen because he looks a bit chunkier.
Does he?
A little bit. And he's kind of goofy, wiggling around out there.
Is this the only time you actually see, like, the full alien?
I think so. Like, head to toe, yeah. Maybe. Probably.
He's, like, flailing around outside, hanging off a string.
Yeah, because most of the shots in the ship are very close and kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then it looks like he grabs onto the engine with his tail and, like, pulls himself into it, and then she just burns that mother.
Blasts that fucker.
And then she sits down, records a little answering machine. Captain's log, answering machine message. And she goes to sleep with her cat. And that's
she like tucks Jonesy in the bottom of her cryo chamber, and I love it. Puts him to bed.
And then that's the end of the movie. Or is it?
Boom, boom, boom.
It is.
It is.
Although there is in the script, the original ending was very strange.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to get into the ship. Everything was going to be fine. She was going to launch. She got away safely. Forgot that part. We forgot to say that she got away from the ship. It blew up. She got away from it. And it was very 2001 looking. The whole explosion was very,
Oh, yeah.
very weird looking. Anyway, so she gets away. And in the original ending that was written, not filmed, the alien comes up behind her, bites her head off, and records her message in her voice. And that's the end of the movie. And then 20th Century Fox was like, that's too weird. Don't do that.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah. So good on their part, I think. That
Yeah.
would have been too strange, I think.
That's probably a good call, especially because like Aliens is really good. I think that Sigourney Weaver being in it is a big part of the movie. Like,
No, yeah, it wouldn't be as good without her. I
Yeah.
don't think. I mean, they wouldn't have made it without her, probably.
I don't think so. It would have just completely like ended the shit.
Which-
And isn't she in
Hmm?
the one she is? She's in.
She's in the first 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like don't kill her.
She wanted to be killed off since the second one, I think.
Well, she got her wish, didn't she?
Yeah, but then they brought her back
How did they do that?
in Resurrection.
I don't remember.
She died in the third one.
Yeah. I remember
Spoilers.
that. How'd they bring her back?
They cloned her.
Oh fuck,
Do you not remember the entire plot to Alien Resurrection?
man.
I mean, that's good, I guess.
Is
It's
it
not
the same plot as Resident Evil? Clones.
I mean, kind of. They're actually not too dissimilar, I think.
Clones.
So
Right.
that's our little review and our notes, and I had fun.
I did too.
Yeah, hope you did.
I like this. I liked it more before I was hiccuping all the time, but
Yeah, hopefully I can get most of those out of there.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
I apologize if any make it through. I can't control them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if you could, but
I'm trying. I'm doing
Whatever.
my best.
it's all right. Just whatever.
Cool.
So how do we end this thing? Do you want to recommend something? Do you want to anything you want to talk about at the end here?
I don't know, like a recommendation, maybe, but I don't know. I would recommend just watching Alien.
Yeah, I would too. I guess we could give it a rating. I mean, obviously my rating, I would give it 5 out of 5. It's my favorite movie. It's perfect. It's flawless. I love it so much.
I think you're a little bit biased, but I do think that it's definitely a good movie.
How am I biased? Because I love it so much.
I just think that you love it so much that it wouldn't matter. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
What the hell?
It's a really good movie,
It's the best movie.
but there's always room for improvement.
I disagree.
No, it's a really good movie, and you should definitely watch it. Yeah.
I would like to recommend something, actually. We watched a movie recently. One of my good finds at the Value Village. I go there
The Value Village.
as often as I can. I love secondhand stores. I love consignment shops.
Mm-hmm.
I love looking for garbage movies. I found some of our favorite bad movies looking through there. But this one is actually not a bad movie, believe it or not.
What the heck could it be?
What could it be? We watched it a little while ago, a couple weeks ago. It's Shane Black's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really good movie.
It was a really good movie.
I really enjoyed it. It was funny.
I didn't really know what it was about or what to expect.
I only knew that it was Shane Black, and I like Shane Black because I've seen... Well, we watched The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys was also very good.
We did, yes. You're really good with remembering directors and like
Stuff.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It just gets in there and doesn't
So
come out.
often you go, oh, it's directed by Shane Black. And I go, okay.
Who?
Did I like his movie? Yeah? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Kiss Kiss
it
Bang
was
Bang is really good.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was very good.
So you're going to steal my recommendation too?
No, I'm going to recommend... You know what? I'm going to recommend Popstar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we watched that yesterday.
When we decided to watch it on Netflix, I was a little unsure. Comedy can be a difficult road to travel, but it was actually very good. It's The Lonely Island, and it's basically just about them being pop stars.
Yeah.
One of them leaving the group and being kind of a jerk, but they really have an adventure, and
They grow.
they grow,
learn.
they learn.
They love.
There's some good actors.
There's a lot
in
of
it.
cameos.
There's
There's a lot of musical
cameos.
cameos. Very funny. Like they have... It's almost done in a documentary type style.
I wouldn't say almost. It is done in a documentary
Okay,
style.
yeah, fine, sure.
It's very The Office-y.
It's a mockumentary, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like talking head interviews with like I think
There's
almost exclusively like hip hop artists. Like
there's a scene
they have Nas and
where Andy Samberg sings a song with Pink about how it's okay to be gay, but he's not gay. And it's
it's good.
good.
It's a good one.
Obviously an offensive song but it's meant to be, and it's just funny.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I would also recommend that.
Yeah.
So I guess we both recommend all three of these movies.
Whoa, Alien, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Popstar.
Make it a movie night.
Whoa, trio.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
I think so.
All right.
I'm getting real sweaty.
This has been fun. Yes, the temperature has gone up 2 whole degrees since we started.
Yeah, not an ideal space.
No, it's not, but it's the least echoey place in my apartment.
This is true. What's our sign off?
I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll think it as we go.
We'll find one.
This has been Pretty Pictures.
I'm Bria.
I'm Matthew.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll
see you on the next adventure.
I want something.
I know.
It doesn't have to be one that sticks. Just
Okay.
And don't forget to rewind the tape before you send it back to the blockbuster.
That was a really long way to say be kind, rewind.
That's a thing. See you next time, and
Pee you next time. Wink.
it's not a winking moment, I don't think. See you next time, and
Bye.
see you next time, and save me some popcorn.
I don't like it.
See you next time, and
Get a load of that picture.
what?
Get a load of that picture.
What picture?
The picture we want.
Oh, the pretty one.
The pretty one.
See you next time, and that's it.
Da, 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 da,
No.
da, da. Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
See you next time, and I am drenched with sweat.
Dit.
See you next time, and bye-bye.
See you next time and bye-bye. Cut. That's it. We did
Okay,
it.
fine. Bye.